Yes, Mr. Swamy.
Yeah, the issue is whether they had more than 10% ownership or not. The records are fudged to show that they had 9.9%.
The Reliance itself only had 9.9%.
That was a claim.
No,
10.1%.
It is still to be
one second, Mr. Gopal Swamy, is that true? Is Reliance in effect?
If the attempt has been,
Yes.
Look, if the attempt has been made to maneuver and bring it down to the levels under which they will not be questioned, then I think that sequence of events will be established. If it is established, then the guilt has to be accepted and guilt has to be proved. There is no doubt about it. There is a lot of difference between what it was originally and what it was maneuvered to be. If there is maneuvering in order to bring it down, in order to comply with nominally comply with the law, then one has to infer the idea behind it was to escape the provisions of the law. In which case you have to take action.
The inference can't be in this discussion. The inference has to be proved in a court of law.
No, but I'm asking you a question. Sir, Mr. Kumar, please allow me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Allow me, sir. Specific question nowadays.
Tell me.
Only 9.9% you're saying is held by Reliance Telecom, rest 90.1% by Tiger Traders. My question to you is, please answer me specifically. Didn't Hari Nair misrepresent facts when he claimed on February 1st, 2007 that the majority stakeholder in Swan is Tiger Traders Private Limited and that neither Reliance ADA Group nor Anil Ambani nor his family held any shares in Tiger Traders? In other words, that Tiger Traders, not Reliance ADA Group, is the real owner of Swan. Now, that does not fall in line with what the CBI has found.
No, the CBI is saying that the companies which Tiger Traders is holding, their Tiger Traders is also held by some two other companies. No, those two other companies are held by some other persons. Now, who is holding what?
No, you're trying to complicate the issue.
There is no name of ADAG there.
Sir, I'll hold it up for you because I think, I don't know if you've seen the CBI report. I can send you a copy. Maybe the CBI will eventually give it to you.
You can send me a copy. I'll go through it.
No, it says clearly here, out of funds, sir, it is written here, I'm not speculating, out of funds arranged from Reliance Telecom, its associates, the net worth of the company was created. The whole thing, the whole story is given out here, sir. And also that Reliance tried to avoid detection.
Also of the charge sheet.
No, it's all out in the open now, sir. I have the whole CBI report. The CBI cannot present a charge sheet which is factual.
So I am saying that CBI report is exactly what the charge sheet is saying.
So now are you saying the CBI is, see what the CBI finds is... No, should we dump what the CBI has found? Should we dump what the CBI has found?
No, I am not saying dump, but we
also
will
to the
get a
JPC.
chance to rebut everything.
What is the culpability of Mr. Anil Ambani in this?
Everything. The charges have to be framed.
What is the culpability of Mr. Anil Ambani in this?
No, there is no culpability of Mr. Anil Ambani. If there was some, they would have made him an accused. They have not made him an accused. How can you name somebody to be made an accused when he is not, CBI is not saying he is
I'm asking you. So he didn't know. Anil Ambani didn't know.
Whether he knew or not is not even whispered.
No, question is specific. You're prefacing it with the whether. My question, did he or did he not know? From your information.
Well, you see, as a lawyer, I only read black and white what is given in the papers. I do not know. I have not had any meeting with Mr. Anil Ambani to say anything to you on this channel. I represented Gautam Doshi and that's about it.
Okay. Mr. Gopal Swamy, where is this going now? Mr. Gopal Swamy, where is this going? You're the petitioner here in this case.
Yeah, look, it's a fact that one needs to bring it to the court and get the matter proved. And I think from what you say, if the CBI report contains enough information, then that's enough to prove the point. I mean, there's no need to speculate as to who is involved, who is not involved.
No,
it's all in the open, and it will come out when the case is finalized. I mean, when the case is heard and finalized, all these facts will have to be placed. And if the CBI has all these information and is backing it up with full dossier, then that's enough.
Mr. Swamy, won't the money transfer actually reveal the full story? We know about the money transfer from Tiger Traders to Reliance so that Swan can meet the balanced criteria. Mr. Swamy?
All those issues will become relevant to prove the point as to who all were involved in this whole game.
What about Mr. Swamy, who was in the ministry besides Mr. Raja, who is the telecom secretary who was working on behalf of the SR group? That's also very significant to know, to expose.
Obviously. I mean, you can't just find fault with one hand when it takes two hands to make the noise.
So, Mr. Subramaniam,
if there is somebody involved on the other side, he needs also to be brought to book.
So, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, this is 2G scam part 2 and part 3 unraveling now. Part 2 is Maran. Part 3 is these new details which are there in the CBI charge sheet. Is there a part 4?
Well, yes, there is a part 4. There are Congress ministers involved. Their names have to come out. And there is proceedings going on in the Supreme Court just now. And it will be heard in detail on the 24th of August.
Okay.
So it's going to be part 4, part 5, part 6, I think probably part 9.
Okay. Interesting thing is Dayanidhi Maran, of course, even through part 3, despite being the principal protagonist of part 3, is refusing to resign. That's also very interesting here today. We are in a strange situation.
Yes, no. May I intervene here to say
but you
that
are not
what
discussing
CBI is just now established.
About the Tatas being given
what
a
the
clean
CBI
sheet.
just now. May I just say
As
that
far
the
as below-
CBI has established an offence has been committed. Now the CBI's job is to find out how far it went up. Did it go all the way to Anil Ambani or not?
That's true.
Now, as far as Tata is concerned, just because the CBI says they are clean, doesn't mean they are clean.
Okay.
A subsequent document can come and establish that they should be brought in. That's what happened when I took up the matter of the national security angle and this Maxis question. Both these questions came because of my intervention in the Supreme Court.
Yes. I
have not had the time to study Mr. Tata's matter yet.
Okay, you've not had the time to look at that matter yet. Mr. Vikas Singh, quick last word from you.
Yes, I'll tell you, Arnab, one very important thing. As far as this maneuvering is concerned, I mean, if you are permitted to hold 9.9% in one company and in the other company, that per se will not make it an offence. I mean, the fact that the law permits somebody to have a certain percentage of shares there is a concept of a juristic person. A company is a juristic person. Yeah. So if a company, whether it be Tiger or whether it be Reliance Communication, if they are separate juristic persons, and as long as the corporate veil is not lifted, you can't say that just because you have a 9.9% holding in this company and accordingly
but
you
if
can
you have,
be made an accused. That can't be.
That is not the law in this country
today.
If you have done so,
if you had a 10 point, you are entitled to manage your affairs in such a manner that you are compliant to law. If
certainly,
you managed it by keeping it at
certainly,
9.9%,
as long as the CBI cannot prove
that can't be a basis. As long as the CBI can't prove that you have actually been involved in some kind of an illegal gratification.
No, not gratification, not gratification alone. Not gratification. As long as the CBI cannot prove. No, not gratification. You are again on gratification. I don't know. As long as the CBI,
I know what the gratification is.
As long as the CBI cannot prove that this was done intentionally to escape the regulatory purview existing in the country under the DOT,
that's what I'm trying to.
Not gratification.
I'm trying to tell you. Even if you were to escape the regulatory purview by doing this splitting of shares in
then you are wrong. Then you are in the wrong.
9%. No, that's not. No, that's
I
not
agree.
criminal.
So then you are in the wrong, Mr. Gopalaswamy. Even then you are not wrong.
Sorry,
I agree. I entirely agree with you.
That will not be a criminal liability.
That's not acceptable at all.
That will not be a criminal liability.
That's not acceptable at all.
You can always tax planning.
No, tax planning, but you can't route money. You can't route money through foreign countries and islands in a manner to escape the regulatory purview of your country. The day you allow that, this country will descend into absolute chaos. Mr. Gopalaswamy?
No, I'm saying
absolutely. You are right on dot. I can't agree more with you on this.
Okay. Gentlemen, this has been a very...
Regulatory purview itself regulatory regime must make it an offence. This can't be an offence under the regular criminal law. Okay. Just because at best your license can be cancelled on that basis.
Okay,
I mean, let's not lose the larger picture. Our criminal justice system is not structured in such a manner that
there is one point, I think.
Mr. Gopalswamy.
On the basis of such conjecture.
Mr. Gopalswamy,
there is one point. I mean, this also is a lesson that if you artificially create such possibilities or loopholes, then this is what will happen. So, I think the lesson that needs to be taken also is such artificial, chances such loopholes should not be left in the law.
The system is not there to be taken for a ride.
Framed in such a way that people don't try and go under the law in the manner in which...
I say one more thing, Arnab, one last line.
Yeah.
If the application made by Reliance or Swan, as you say, did not have the correct percentage of shares, or it was beyond the limit prescribed, the application should have been rejected.
Also blame the bureaucrat.
That non-rejection does not make it.
You blame the bureaucrat, but then one bureaucrat. I want to know his name. His name should be exposed nationally. One bureaucrat was working for a major corporate. No, you cannot. The problem is you cannot take the system for a complete ride. That's the whole story. Let's see where the story goes.
No,
to the fore.
No, the law must take its course. I don't say anything about that.
I've heard that before. Somewhere I have heard that before.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me on the News Hour tonight, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's been a fascinating and intricate chat, and I will see you again same time with all the detailed news and the big debate. Till then, good night and goodbye.